Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Punkavai here for MMOBomb.com, and today I'm going to do a first impression gameplay video for Star Conflict, a new spaceship simulation shooter published by Gaijin Entertainment. And if that sounds a little bit familiar, that is because Gaijin Entertainment is also the creators behind War Thunder, which was the World War II simulation shooter that I took part in or did a first look for a couple days ago. So this is, of course, the sci-fi version of that, complete with spaceships, lasers, torpedoes, all kinds of good stuff. Now, it's a little bit different than War Thunder. It's not exactly the same interface, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Namely, to start with, you only get one vehicle to begin with. So I have 3 unlocked here, but in order for me to get to these 3, I actually had to play quite a lot, and I had to unlock through a tech tree, which we'll talk about in a little bit, different ship types. Now, you start off with this ship here, which is the Axe, very unassuming. I've upgraded that to the Axe X Type S, and then I've got a Dagger, which is like an Interceptor, very fast ship, and then, of course, the Neuron Zealot, which is sort of like a capital ship. It's got a lot of guns, but it's really slow, really prone to fast, nimble fighters kind of circling around it and doing a lot of damage. However, you can catch someone out of reach of your own primary weapons on the Neuron. It does quite the amount of damage. So on the left here, we see that there are 3 different factions. I am, of course, the Jericho faction, but there are 2 other ones, and it even gives you the win ratio for each of those factions. So apparently people really like playing the bad guys, which is the Jericho. And you even get particular skills that you can unlock as well through experience, which you get by playing each match. So let's go ahead and jump into a game here. Enough of me talking about the interface for a second. The searching ability as far as being able to find players is quite good. On a good day, you can find it in about 30 seconds. On a bad day, about 2 or 3 minutes. But one thing is a lot of the players seem to be based in Russia and based in Europe, so you're not able to actually communicate with them. There doesn't seem to be any US specific community. It does seem to be very spread out. Lag wise, I haven't really experienced any of that, and as you can see there, after about 30 seconds we did get a game. So you don't actually choose which ship you want to go into a match with. You get to choose the 3 ships that you'll bring into the match, but then as you can see, before the actual battle starts, I'm able to choose whichever ship I want to start with. Now, each of these ships have their own individually customized weapons, abilities, utility slots, etc. I'm going to go ahead with the Axe X Type S, which is what new players will experience as far as the ship type when they first start. Now, this game mode is essentially last man standing, but with a little bit of a twist. Each team has a sort of commander, and this commander, if the captain is taken out, all 3 of his ships are taken out, then you don't get any more respawn. So you're kind of cut off at that point. So it's kind of like a protect, defend, and also attack mode, where you want to go ahead and, in this case, take out Mad Mike, which is the enemy. Now, my guns here, I have 4 guns. As you can see, they're kind of equipped on my fighter. These are kinetic-based rail guns, so they do kind of like physical damage. And one thing that's interesting about my class, or this type of class of fighter, is that I have a reactive shield, which I can change, as you can see, to accommodate different types of ammunition. So it basically mitigates the damage better. Now this guy here, he's way out of position. We'll see if we'll be able to get a kill on him. And I did get a destruction assist. So as you can see, it's a very much more, a little bit arcadey based in War Thunder, but there's a lot more maneuverability that you have to actually do. Now this isn't actually the fastest type of fighter. The Interceptor is the fastest, but it has less armor and less shield. That guy just got taken out quite nicely. But the effects are really quite nice. There's a lot of, explosions and rocket trails and lasers, etc. That guy there is using heat gun, so I wanted to attune my shields towards that. And I'll come in using my kinetic weapons here. Now, he's a pretty tanky guy, so I doubt he'll be able to be taken out immediately. But because I'm pretty fast, I can... let's go down here. Use my specials. Come on, don't get taken out, no! So, if you go out too far, you certainly can get taken out quite easily. This guy here, Shinobi, took me out no problem. So, it's typically pretty difficult to take 2-on-1, especially if you're in a lighter ship. I'll go ahead and switch to the Dagger here, and this is one thing I don't really like, is the fact that it takes so long to get back in the battle. I understand they want to kind of balance it out so that you're not just fighting fighters constantly, but it looks like you should be able to follow individuals here, but it doesn't actually allow you to follow currently. I think it's a bug. So if you look at my guy here, he's down to just 1 ship, unfortunately, and the enemy has a total of 1 ship as well. Perhaps he only gets to use 1 particular ship, and as soon as that ship dies, then they're out of luck. Maybe they're locked into that, essentially. But if we're looking here, it's 6 to 8. They have 8 kills on us. We have 6. If no one ends up killing the commander and killing out or wiping out the entire team, it goes down to who has the most kills at that point. So this ship here, not as much HP and not as much shields, but does a lot of damage and is very fast. I can also go invisible here, which is a special attribute, a special system that I accrued. Whoop, you can also hit stuff there and does a little bit of damage. I accrued by choosing loot at the end of the match. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And hopefully if we win the game, you'll be able to see that system. It's kind of like choosing your loot rolls at the end of a match. Can I shoot a rocket at him? No, I missed. This guy here is attuning his weapons quite nicely, making it really difficult. Alright, let's flip over here real quick. And I'll come right over here. Now I do have access to a special ability on my F. This replaces the activatable or the adjustable shield, which was on the other class. And that essentially allows me to mitigate all damage. However, I'm not able to move during a particular amount of that time. So I kind of like get stuck in place. And if there gets a lot of guys around me, I'll show you exactly how it works. It also then does kind of an EMP burst afterwards. And that burst will disable ships around it for a few seconds. I got to make sure to dodge out of the way of all that stuff. Alright, so let's come around. I can use my scroll wheel to zoom in and get a better view of things over here. Alright, so let's come over this way. So your energy regenerates fairly quickly, depending on the ship type. This guy here, I'm going to go ahead and go invisible. So they can't see me. They essentially lose all of their tracking, everything like that, because you can lock onto individuals and get a predictive, just like you can in War Thunder, a predictive trail of where exactly everybody is. So let's come around here and see if we can shoot some rockets really quickly. There's a lot of ships guarding him. Let's shoot rockets. This guy is a class ship here, but see, I should be able to just simply go around him like this. He's really hard for him to actually shoot him. EMP, alright, so now I'm in here. I can actually block it all up really quickly. And then it's going to explode. And then it'll disable all those ships. And I'm almost out of ammunition, unfortunately. Alright, so let's keep on coming around here real quick. So this guy is fairly tanky, so I doubt I'll be able to actually do much damage to him. Let's go ahead and just mitigate that here. See, they can't really see me. I've kind of lost target again. I'll come around here again once more. But see, one thing I should mention is the fact that... Come on, can I take him out? Oh, yeah, I got him at the last second before I died. So I was able to take him out. So that was a class capital ship. It takes a lot of damage. And in fact, one of the things for newer players at least is it becomes extremely difficult to take out some of these ships with what you're given to start with. That's one of the main beefs I have with the game, is the fact that if you're a new player, prepare to die a lot and frequently. You don't know how, what is good versus good. You don't know the range of stuff. Each weapon has their own specific range type, what they're good against, what they're bad against. And something that you find to be very easy to take someone out with will in turn be a difficult weapon to take someone else out. And there's that nice balance and depth to it. And I am not criticizing the game for having that sort of balance and that depth. It just for new players becomes a liability not only for the team, and it just doesn't become fun for that player. If you're a new player, you essentially just feed the enemy kills because you're not able to maneuver quite effectively. You're not able to do a lot. You don't have a lot of systems unlocked, etc. Alright, so I'm now in the large ship, and my special ability allows me to fire this missile here, which I can actually send towards a particular area, and I can either hit someone with it. Let's see, can I hit this guy? I think, oh, no, it got shot down. So people can get like flares and stuff that allows them to shoot down other individuals. But my rockets, my lasers rather, don't have that long of a range. It has about a 3,000 range here. But you'll notice once I start actually locking onto someone, it does quite a lot of damage because I have something like 6 lasers here. And these lasers themselves are consistent lasers. I'm able to use them non-stop. Alright, so let's go ahead and shoot a rocket here. This rocket itself is something I can detonate when it's surrounding an area, or I can detonate it immediately. So let's see if we can come in here real quickly. Boom! And if you'll see, you saw a lot of explosions around there. That is because I was shooting it. Oh, let's get this guy down here real quickly. I got you, buddy. I got you. Don't get taken out. So as you can see, it does a lot of damage to its shields really quickly. It's 6 lasers doing about 300 damage a second, or 800 damage, 180 damage rather. Some of the weapons can do a lot. Let's go ahead and get my shield out. I want to get my shield. No, I'm getting shot. I'm getting focused now. I'm totally dead. I am totally dead. This is why I don't use these fighters, because I get taken out quite easily once I start getting focused. I'm not really good with capital ships there, but capital ships are definitely a play style that people would enjoy. So let's go ahead and switch back to the Axex type fighter right now. I really wish I could follow people, but I like the kind of dynamic overview map here. You can see where everybody is. And overall, this would be certainly something that if people like, you know, fighter type shooters, you know, games like War Thunder, World of Warplanes, World of Tanks, this is like another one of those games in that genre. But the nice thing about it is, of course, it's in space, and they really try to give it space elements. It's much more than just, you know, slap on some sci-fi kind of theme to it, and it still plays like War Thunder. It behaves like in space. You know, you drift along, etc. Each ship has their different speeds, the different boosts, you know, and different subsystems, etc. And those systems can be disabled. You can have your ability to propel yourself disabled. You can have your missiles disabled. You can have your lasers disabled for a little bit. You have all these different things that you can actually disable depending on what system you actually have available. So, whoa, this guy hit non-stop with this other guy. Alright, so here comes another fighter real quickly here. And unlike the lasers, I do have to actually predict where he's going to be. But it does a fair amount of damage if I'm closer. The closer I am, the more damage it does. It's kind of like flak damage, I guess you could say. But you notice I have some system disabled. I don't really know what that means, but I do know it is a disabled system. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to end up winning this match. You can tell kind of quickly whether or not we'll end up actually winning one match. Because typically when you get like 5 to 6, you know, 7 to 8 kills ahead of someone, that's pretty hard to get back that quickly, unless you're just really working together extremely fast. Now he's completely out. Their guy is out, so that actually gives us an advantage. If we can hang on, we would end up winning the match because they're not going to end up respawning at all, and we will be able to respond because we do actually have that captain rather still up. So here's one of these fast little fighters here. Go ahead and shoot that guy there. I'm getting attacked. No, I'm gonna die. See, this is the thing here. You start getting it. You think you're in an okay area to shoot someone, and you're quite not, because all of a sudden converging 4 or 5 people on you. But they have quite a lot of ships available to them. And that's one thing, even though I've been playing for a few hours, I'm still quite bad because of the fact that these people have been playing. They have unlocked better ships, better weapons, and these weapons are all things that you can put credits into. You can put your in-game currency to buy better weapons, upgrades. There's a tech tree, which we'll talk about as soon as this match is over. There's all this available to you. Now, if they can outlast for 1:35, they will just outright win for the simple fact that they don't respawn, but they are ahead in kills. So if they can live, then they've got this one. We have to basically cinch it up and grab 2 extra kills, at least 2 extra kills in the next 1:20 without any of us dying, which is quite possible. So I'm coming in again with my capital ship here. Probably not the best choice for only having a minute left, but we'll find out here. I have a torpedo, which is a straight line fired missile. It does a lot of EMP damage. In this case, mine does EMP damage, but you can have different ones that do different types of damage. So you can have kinetic damage. You can have damage that isn't EMP, it's simply fire damage, etc. So you do have quite a lot to work with. And now I've got one guy left, and as soon as this guy goes down, I believe we will win, or we're in the lead now. So there's some guy. If you look in here, this guy here, he's right ahead of me. Where are you at? There you are. Come here, buddy. All right, we got 37 seconds, guys. Can we actually get a kill on this guy? We'll see. I'm going to start doing this here to whittle down his shields a little bit. He's right outside the range of them. The optimal range is about 3,500 for my shields. 35, 36, almost 4,000. It does a lot more damage the closer you get. There we go. So we're starting to whittle him down now. Can we kill him really quickly? I can use this for quite a long time without it overheating. He's using a couple systems to keep himself up, but he's a pretty tanky guy. There we go. Destruction assist. Nice. Awesome. Alright, so I got a plus 60 there, so now we actually get to choose loot. You get 5 chances to pick up loot. Now, loot usually is just something that gives you credits, but for example, the system on my Interceptor that allowed me to go invisible, that was like a premium. So there we go. So there's a green object I was actually able to unlock. I can go ahead and put that on a different ship. It's some type of system, but depending on the rarity of it, you do have a chance of getting, you know, purple items essentially. So I got some just some random, you know, broken stuff, good for credits. And then I've also got a system here that increases shield's kinetic resistance by 29 units. I don't know how much that is, but we'll assume it's decent. I did 460. I didn't do too terrible, but I didn't do too great as well. As you can see, those, I'm only on class 1 ships. These guys are on class 2 ships. He's got 8 kills, 25 assists. Dang, that is a lot. 2,500 effective, and then you also earn medals as well. Now there's some sort of double XP thing I believe that's going on currently along with the holiday events, so don't take my ability to accrue so many credits this quickly as how it's going to always be. I'm pretty sure that is going to level out eventually once this holiday jolly stuff ends, so you'll get not as many credits. Now if we go and look at the ships here, we start off with the Axe, and then we've moved up to the Axe Type S. From here, we can continue to move up, as you can see, as you keep using different ships. Your rank will increase, and as your rank increases, as you see, I have rank 3. Once it gets to rank 4, I can use rank 4 ships, all the way up to rank 15, etc. So these are classified ships up to that point. The Neuron Zealot right there is, of course, my first big ship that I was able to purchase, and then I can also purchase different interceptors as well, and you can swap the weapons out continuously on them so that you don't have to keep rebuying. Some ships require separate weapon systems and separate utility systems. If I go to ships here, if I go to equipment rather, you'll see that these ship fittings, only certain ships will be able to use certain ship fittings, and this is the one that I was able to get by doing the loot at the end. But you can swap things out. The rockets themselves, you only get a certain amount of rockets per match, per ship. So I can only use up to 5 rockets. Those do not replenish when you die. So you just have 5 rockets in general. Don't really like that. I would much rather have the ability to have multiple missiles per life, meaning that you have 5 missiles, sure, but as soon as you die, you get those 5 missiles replenished. To me, it just seems like another reason to spend credits, you know, just like a credit sink. I'm not really too keen on that. Otherwise, the black market itself, you can use that to purchase other ship types. The ships themselves don't look like they're much different. They're kind of like a side grade, I guess you could say. But nothing really pay to win stands out. If you actually look at the premium ones themselves, typically they offer like a slight bonus to something in exchange for requiring extra energy. So here's the two differences. This one right here gives you a total of 33.47 main weapon damage increase. This one gives you 34, so it's about a % difference, and it requires about 4 extra energy. So it does require a little bit more energy. Whether or not that's balanced, I am not one to say because I have not played this game long enough. Now, if we go to skills here, this is the actual skill tree where you can go ahead and invest particular experience that you accrue. This is separate from your individual ships. This is just experience that you accrue over each match that you can use to unlock new weapons to then purchase to put on your ship. So you have to unlock it here, then you have to purchase it in the shop with your in-game currency, and then you can actually equip it. So I can do like a target painter, which makes the enemy more vulnerable to all types of damage. I can just learn that here, and then that will become available. So these basic ones to start with, these give you like just straight bonuses like improved capacitors, repair modules, etc. And then you can kind of customize it and go into each one of these trees here in order to upgrade everything. So this one, a basic set of battery upgrade modules is available. So I can basically have all these different type of modules. But the one thing I say is like you only have 2 module slots typically per ship. And ships don't come and go very quickly, it seems. So having these early tech tiers with a bunch of different modules seems kind of pointless and just like a experience sink. Simply for the fact that at later levels, I mean, look at all this. You're going to have obviously upgraded versions, and you seem to get the experience at a pretty consistent rate, which makes some of this a lot really out of date very quickly. So let's go ahead and just learn this just because. So I've been investing a lot of it into these early stat boosts because these areas themselves right here allow us to just, you know, get straight upgrades like Interceptor sensor range increased by 20% just straight, which is quite a nice bonus. Now we also have contracts here which allow us to do basically missions on each of the PvP matches. There doesn't seem to be any PvE available in the game, so these matches themselves or these missions are all focused on the PvP aspects and do give you increased reputation and experience. You can choose to change faction for about 60,000 credits, and that allows you to switch to any of the other separate 3 factions. I don't know if your ships actually convert over, But you do have the opportunity to do that and start working up your reputation with a separate faction. These are all, again, your total ships. Now, corporations, of course, are your different guilds or clans. It's nice to see that it actually shows the total amount of kills per that corporation, which is a really nice feature. There's a lot of stat tracking in the game, which I find to be quite nice. Let's go ahead and jump into one last game here. If I quickly cancel all this real quickly, we have Fighter, a regular, and arcade. The arcade is the most popular. Oh, looks like regular is actually pretty popular right now. Let's go ahead and check out what that's about. This shipyard defense, no one's really doing that. I think that's like the only PvE mission available. One thing I should point out really quickly, though, is the fact that regular is probably harder than arcade, so I'm going to get my butt kicked. But besides that point, the two modes currently available is a sort of beacon capture and defend mode, where you guys capture individual points, you hold them to a certain point cap, and then you win the game. In order to capture those, you have to destroy little probes surrounding them and then stand near them or fly near them rather, for a long time. The other mode is the mode that we just experienced, which is like the last man standing, but with the captain twist. So hopefully they would be adding more modes later on, because those two modes do get a little old. I think if there was like a giant space station that you had to assault, one team had to defend, another team had to assault it, that would be quite awesome, because that's typically another battle type that happens quite often. Alright, so here we go. So here are the different beacons here. Battle mode, capture the beacons. Objective, capture all enemy beacons. This is a mode that I haven't seen yet before. So this mode, the objective here is to capture all the enemy beacons. Their objective is to capture all of us. As you can see, they have guard drones around them. It's a smaller mode than the other one, only 7 versus 7 here. But you can see what everybody's starting off with, what ships they choose to start with. I'm going to go ahead and start with just the lightest ship here. A lot of them were picking the Interceptors. Interceptors are really good for going in really close. They're kind of like the short-range fighters. These guys are somewhat of the medium-range fighters, and then the larger class ships are the long-range fighters. I guess that's like the easiest way to explain what this is. For those of you that don't know, the one button that I have here allows me to basically put a large buff, a shield buff to everybody around me in that area. Not really sure how well that works though. Oop, these guys are attacking. These little guard drones here, they're just little NPCs. They don't do too much damage, but you will need to take them out before you can actually take on the enemy. Let's go ahead and switch over to my other shield here, my kinetic shields. And get back out of the range here. Oh god! No! No! Oh, module failure. Alright, so I can't even switch things anymore. Alright, can switch back real quick. Nope, don't shoot me down. Gonna get shot down. You can make bad decisions really quickly, unfortunately, and get taken out for that. So let's go. Oh, looks like once your ship is destroyed in this mode, you cannot respawn in it. I wish I would have known that, because now I and many of my allies are without ships. They all have their ships. This guy has 2 of the frigate type classes, actually 3 of them looks like, and he's doing quite well. So let's see how well we do. They're capturing a beacon right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can defend against that. The class capital ship is pretty good at taking out all those guard drones, simply because they can shoot a rocket and it blows them all up quite easily. Someone's shooting from really far away. This guy though is fairly far away. Alright, this guy's coming in over the side here. Let's see if we can get him. So, alright, so now I'm in range here to start doing damage. As you can see, I'm doing about 600 damage a tick with 6 lasers. And, yeah, he's going to go down quite easily. Enemy destroyed, no problem. This guy here shooting lasers at me. Go ahead and activate my shield repair just a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and pull myself out of range here just a little bit so I don't keep getting shot at. Somebody's using something like it's like a long-range sniper rifle, essentially. It does burst damage. Alright, so I'm going to hide back behind here before my shield recharges. I can still shoot a rocket, though, in the meantime. Or I can actually just blow it into my face, doing tons of damage. The rocket, it seems like it doesn't do too much damage to shields itself, but if people do not have shields up, it does so much damage. So it's good to use that on targets that have the shields already whittled down. But we're not doing too well at all right here. Their C is exposed and our A is exposed, but they're not able to do too much after that. We'll start whittling down his shields right here. Nope. How about we just say that you're not keep shooting This guy's just waiting for me to come out. Jeez. But I mean, my ship is really good for defending, not for so much attacking, because he's so slow. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy here. He's trying to bring his shields up as quickly as possible. Ow! There's another capital ship shooting at me. That's what the missile that just came in hit me with. Let's go ahead and let my guns cool off a little bit. Go ahead and pull over here. He's getting taken out, but I want a little piece. No, at least I got destruction assist. Alright. See, look, there's that guy again, trying to get me. Let's go ahead and repair my shield as quickly as possible here. There's someone just waiting for me to come out. See, he's shooting a rocket at me too. From wherever direction it's coming from. There it is. Damn it, that guy! Alright, I can do that too. I'll shoot a rocket at you. I'm pretty sure this is the guy that shot the rocket at me. Alright, I think I did some shield damage to him, but I don't think it did too much. I'm really hurt though. Can't do anything. And they're done at 80% on that sea beacon, so I can go ahead and shoot another rocket out here. Let's go ahead and come in here. Anything from sea that I can attack? Nope. There's a guy right here. I've got 2700 range rep. Hello. 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 Alright, so I did some shield damage to him. Not sure how much it did. Hopefully it's enough though. How are we doing now? One of their guys disconnected here. I'm going to repair as much as I can. Can't repair my hull though for a long time. So I am in dire straits. But it looks like they took out our sea beacon. We took out their sea beacon. Now we're working on their A beacon. 'Tis but a scratch. So I like the different little achievements that you get, the little awards and medals. Just for different things. They're surviving for a certain amount of time, or just taking a lot of damage, because you can actually get awards or increased experience, increased credits for surviving like 4 times the amount of HP that you have, you know, just overall. I've lived for quite some time on this capital ship, so I'm pretty happy about that. So let's go ahead and come over here. Hopefully I can scope out this guy. I'm going to go ahead and shoot a rocket over here to clear out any type of drones that are around. It's quite useful to do that with. Alright, so there's like 4 drones. If I shoot it just in the middle here. Oh, looks like they shot it down. Ah. I can do that. Let's do it again. What? Did I just blow it up in front of me? Oh, I think I blew it up in front of me. That was really embarrassing. I hit F too fast, basically. They're trying to get this guy over here, but it's alright. Strain every sinew. Alright. Boom! Destruction assist. Quite a lot of damage to that second. No, that rocket's going. Alright, so let's go ahead and start firing this. I mean, look how fast his shield just dies. It's like instant. Oh no! Oh, he was using that shield thing. Now he's repairing his shield. Alright, so this is an Interceptor here. They don't have a lot of shields or a lot of HP, so I should be able to actually take him out quite fast. Somebody's shooting me with random stuff. Let's go ahead and shift over here. Try to get out of that way. Resistant. Alright, so we're alive. We're good. We're good. We got this. There's someone else over there. Yeah, there's someone over there just shooting me with railgun stuff. No, you can just stop doing that. I'm going to come out of your vantage point so you can't shoot me from there. Let's see if we can take you out. So, it's really good to have these capital ships as defenders. They're really terrible at offense, though. They're very slow. They're good at just, like, sitting there, basically, and soaking up a lot of damage and dishing out a lot of damage. But they're not very maneuverable, which means that faster ships like this one pretty much makes it, like, impossible to shoot them with. And as a torpedo, yeah, I'm going to get taken out here. This guy is way faster than me. Boom, right there. Interceptor's really great at doing that. Alright, so this guy here, I'm going to try to get with my Interceptor. Because he's just sitting there like a dick. Alright, so how are we doing? Each of us has 1 of these left. We're only down to 3 drones. They have 4 drones. And there's 4 minutes left in the match, guys. Can we do it? Can we pull out a victory? If we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys versus 1, 2, 3, 4 guys left. Our Saren SYN, he still has all of his ships. I've only done 350 score, which is actually pretty terrible. Alright, but this is alright. This is my best ship, I think. I don't know. So let's come over here. I've got these like little pulsar things. Hopefully I'll be able to come in here, take out the enemy ship. But he does have all of his drones up, which would make this quite difficult to do. And he can see from really far away too. Alright, so I'm gonna try to like stealthily come up here. I should probably assist my ally so he doesn't get taken out. He's going to get taken out though. It just looks like it's inevitable. No, don't die. So now we're in a pretty terrible spot. Where's the base? Let's see if I can get this guy real quick. Nope, this isn't gonna happen. This is obviously a bad idea. Alright. See, there's that guy again. He just like does so much damage by himself. Like, holy crap. So down to just 2 players on our team. Oh well, I'm not gonna let you sit through this though. I hope you've enjoyed this first look. We can go ahead and just leave this battle if you want to. I'm pretty sure if they're still in the match, yeah, you can't actually use them. So you would have to, I believe I could still swap to the other one. But if you want all your ships back, you will have to wait till the actual battle is over. In the meantime, though, you could do other things. But I hope you enjoyed this first look here for Star Conflict, not Conflict. If you guys want to learn more about the game, I highly suggest you check down below at MMOBomb.com for the full game profile. Sorry I did so terrible at times, but otherwise I hope you enjoyed it. Smokify out. Later, guys.